Over the last few months, I've been working on the major systems for my multiplayer action RPG. And in this video, I want to go over those systems and some of the design decisions behind them. So in the past, I've made a few games like top-down Rocket League, top-down Call of Duty Zombies, I made a Vampire Survivors-like game, and lots of action RPG prototypes. And I want to take what I've learned from those projects and create something with a much larger scope. It's honestly a bit exciting and terrifying at the same time, but so far I'm having a lot of fun with it. The vision for this project is a game with combat and art similar to Wizard of Legend, but with old school RPG systems and progression, games like MapleStory and Flife. So you would create your own character, fight monsters, complete quests, level up, improve your gear, improve your stats, and you would fight stronger monsters, that sort of thing. I needed an enemy for my beach-themed area. This will be the first enemy we fight, and I wanted something simple. That's when I had the idea for a coconut enemy. He doesn't have arms, so I thought maybe he could be a sprouted coconut, and that way he could whip his sprout for his basic attack, basically like his hair, essentially. Then for his special attack, I made him turn into a ball and roll at you, and then for his ultimate attack, he'll jump up into the air and then he slams down on his butt. He does a lot of damage in a big circle around him. And each area is going to have 3 enemies, and so the second enemy will be the hermit crab. I recently touched up his animations a little bit, so he has a slightly new look, and I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing for the third enemy for the beach area. So feel free to send me any suggestions in the comments. I ended up completely refactoring my ability system again, but it solved a very big problem for me. It's very important that the combat feels fast, fun, and responsive, but I had this issue with my hermit crab's jump ability. I couldn't get the timing quite right, and for some context, every ability in my game has 3 animations. It has a cast, an impact, and a recovery, and I realized that some of my attacks actually need a 4th animation. So the hermit crab will start its cast. That's basically just, the anticipation of the attack, and this is the interruptible state. Then after the cast, the hermit will leap into the air, and that's what I will call the action state. This is the new one. Then it'll land on the ground and deal damage. That's the impact state. And then the recovery state is just kind of going back to its normal idle position. So I refactored my ability system to use a state machine. Some abilities have 3 states, and then other abilities will have 4 states, depending on the ability. Overall, I'm really happy with the changes that I made, and I feel like this system can scale very well in the future. One of the next things I worked on was the NPCs. Currently there are 3 NPC types. We have the quest givers, the guards, and the patrols. I plan to add more NPC types in the future, but for now I think this is a good start. So for the guards, basically what they do is they just stand around the perimeter of the towns. They're basically the protectors. And if an enemy gets near, they enter combat, and once combat ends, they go back to their original starting position. So the next type of NPC that I added was the patrols. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to implement them, or even if I should implement them, but I decided to try it out, and I came up with this patrol point system. So basically we just put predefined points on the map, and then the patrols will go to those points in a specific order. And so it just kind of allows them to kind of pathfind around the map. So I gave them a yellow circle sprite so they're a little bit easier to see. And the last type of NPC that I added was the quest giver. Now this was by far the most complicated type of NPC, but I think that this is the most important one. So what was really important for me is that the systems in my game feel very familiar, and so that's kind of what I wanted to do with the NPCs and the quest system. So the NPC will have a exclamation point above his head, and that will inform the player that, this guy has a quest for you. And that exclamation point will change and basically tell you what state the quest is in at a glance. So the NPC can hold multiple quests at a time, and the player will have a quest log that will allow them to have multiple quests at the same time. Then I made a UI to go along with it, so you can track all the quests in the game and your completion status of those quests. I got the idea from MapleStory. They have something similar, and I really liked it, so I wanted to add it. Right now, the game only supports 3 types of quests, but again, I think this is a good foundation to start with. We have kill quests, talk quests, and collect quests. The kill quests are basically just go kill X amount of these enemies. Talk quests are, hey, go talk to this guy, go talk to that guy, that sort of thing. And the collect quests are basically just make sure you have this inventory item. Now this leaves us with the final update, equipment. Now this was added very recently, so it's still in a pretty unfinished state right now. That's why you might see some equipment get out of sync every once in a while. But since all of the equipment is hand-drawn pixel art, I need to have really good animations that I'm happy with before I move on to animating the equipment. So that's why I'm going to take my time with it, and I'm going to really make sure I really like my animations first. Hopefully by the next update, I will have all those animations completed, and then I will start working on the armor animations. And that's just about everything that I wanted to talk about today. If you're currently working on your own game, or maybe thinking about getting started in game dev, hopefully this can help motivate or inspire you to keep going, or to get started on your own projects. This project is nowhere near finished, but if you have any suggestions or any ideas, feel free to send them my way. I'm always happy to listen to feedback and suggestions. All of my games can be played on my itch page, directly in the browser, no download required. You can follow my itch page or subscribe to the channel for updates. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a nice day.